We are. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
How are you? We got the pink memo. Thank you, flowers. All right.
Something's off on this. Check, check, check. Test, test. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Hey, everybody, find your seats. We are running 18 seconds behind, so grab your coffee. Grab a little muffin and find a seat. Mossy, find a seat. We're getting started. I know you want to talk to Dave. Check in there. Find a seat, grab some coffee. There's mini muffins over there.
Many muffins or many muffins?
There are many muffins.
Many
Many muffins.
muffins. All right, we're just going to stand here and entertain ourselves until you guys start paying attention.
All right, let's get started. Betsy Sorg.
Thank you, Nick Seltrick. Good morning, everyone. We have two presenters this morning, so it's one of those action-packed mornings. We get to hear from two of our community members that have great ideas to get your feedback on, so we're going to get this started. If you all scan that QR code and check in and let Kaufman know that we're all here and caffeinated and ready to get this party started this morning.
This is very important.
This is.
Please do it. And I'm doing it as we speak.
Multitasking. So our organizers, if we'll have everybody raise their hands, there's this Lee and Lenka and Doris and Glenn back there in the IT department, Jackie, our social media guru, Dave, our connections liaison, Mr. Banks, Mr. Farmer Banks, and I'm Betsy. Welcome to The View. This is a wonderful place gaining a whole lot of traction in Claremont. You can golf, you can dance, you can eat, you can not golf, there's all kinds of fun things to do here.
Yes.
Tonight.
Bring your salsa, bring your chips, come and dance salsa.
I see what you did there.
Tonight.
Thank you to our sponsors, of course, The View, for this beautiful venue.
We have Minuteman. You here, Ken Rose? Ken Rose, yes. He's our sponsor for our mini muffins. Also, he's a sponsor for our
business cards and organizer paperwork and all the important things that help make this community tick.
Yeah.
And then we've got our media department back there, Mighty Manatee, for all your technical questions.
Our partners here, Lee is right here. Ray's not here. We're not talking about Lee then. SBDC. We do have Caesar and we have Jose. Caesar. All right. The whole group is here. Thank you. We missed you guys last week. We really did. We have South Lake, Dave Colby with South Lake Chamber. Great resource. And we have the Business Incubation Program. Brian, I don't see Brian here much.
He's up there in Eustis making companies international, so that's what they do. So once we get these presentations and you're ready to be off to the races and go international launch, that's when they can not only local but also international. So we'll pull him in when we get that grown up. So that's our mission, is pulling in all these partners, hosting every week to remove any barriers to access to help you as an entrepreneur or small business owner get going. We've got all the resources here that are of no cost to you to help you flesh out those ideas and get off to the races with your business.
I like to call it EE, Empowering Entrepreneurs.
I love that. Absolutely. Throughout the United States. There's over 100 chapters around us that are doing the same thing this morning.
Hey, Betsy, these are not presentations. No, these are presentations. These are not pitches. We don't want to be pitched. We don't want to be pushed a product or a service. We want authentic connections. We want, we don't want networking. We want connections. And this is for the community, by the community, and we are radically and intentionally inclusive.
We are indeed, absolutely. All are welcome. All ideas, we'll take them all. Where's our first timers? Who's first time?
Yeah, oh,
Yay!
wonderful. It's up higher. Yes, there we
Excellent.
go. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you all for coming. We're here every Wednesday, so we look forward to hearing your feedback and seeing you again next
And
week.
do not be strangers. Come and talk to me after. I have a few minutes. 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
So, if you want to present here, we are looking for presenters every single week. How do you do it? We need a business that is up to 5 years old or less.
Yeah.
Beyond that, unless you want, or unless you're pushing a new product or a service. All businesses are welcome, and you have to be open to feedback and community interaction.
Yeah. A little bit of vulnerability when you're up here from, whether you're in this aspect or you're presenting your business, and that's where we ask for, just that intense communication and concentration by the audience so you can give that feedback, which is what presenting is all about, is getting help to move your ideas and your small business on down the road.
And this is a safe space.
Indeed.
This is definitely a safe space.
Indeed. Just a few housekeeping items as we get ready for our two presenters today. Try and keep those side conversations to a minimum. Be focused on what they're saying. Be thinking about what it is that you want to help them with. Turn those cell phones off now that you've checked in, and let Kaufman know that we're here. And then we are live streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. And what's our count on LinkedIn right now? No, we're not there yet.
And 42, I just made that up.
Okay.
We need 150 to be live on that.
So if you have a LinkedIn profile and you are not already following Claremont 1 Million Cups, please log in, use your thumbs, do what you need to do to get on there so that once we get to 150 followers, we will be able to stream live on LinkedIn as well, so more people can have access to the wonderful things that we're all doing.
Right. And what you're about to, what's that?
105. All right.
105, that's great. And just to run this down, it's 2 minutes talking about yourself, the presenter, 2 minutes of talking about your business, your product, your service, and then 2 minutes talking about an issue or problem you have, and then 20 to 25 minutes, 24 minutes of the audience, of the other entrepreneurs, helping them out. And basically, we want it concise, we want a question, we want, hey, I tried it this way, have you tried it that way? That might sound.
100%, that's it. Yep.
All right, let's get started.
So we're going to... Exactly what you just said. And this is kind of for you all in the audience, just talking, reference points, how to give that kind of feedback. But we just want to know what you've been through and how it relates to what the presenter has said. For our very first presenter from True Assist, please welcome Miss Nicole Cleary.
Good morning. Can you hear me? All right. First, I want to say 1 Million Cups is amazing. I really enjoy being a part of this community. I'm from the Northeast. If I'm speaking too fast, just tell me and I'll slow down. My name is Nicole. I am new to Central Florida. I am not new to business. However, I've pivoted recently and moved up to Central Florida in February of this year. And while I am not new to business and I'm not new to my industry, I don't know anyone here. So I'm here presenting, pitching, because I'm having a hard time getting rooted and connecting with the right people. However, I can say that since I've joined this group, I have connected with several of you, and I'm grateful for that. Again, I am a trusted advocate in the senior community, specifically now in Lake County, Florida. I am a Medicare insurance broker. Medicare is health insurance for those over 65. So anyone who's turning 65, who's retired, who's eligible for health insurance through Medicare, I'm able to educate them, empower, and enroll them ultimately into an insurance product that benefits them. I position myself in a way that I do education first. So I'm not tied to any insurance company. I'm not tied to the blue, the yellow, the green, which are Humana, Florida Blue, Cigna. I'm not tied to any one company, but I am tied to my clients. So I use each opportunity to empower and educate rather than sell. I'm local, accessible, and experienced. I have 15 years experience in this industry, and my services are paid for directly by Medicare. So when I'm talking to someone, it's not a matter of, do you want to work with me? because my product is good. It's a matter of, do you like me enough to work with me? Because the product isn't going to cost them anything. The product is paid for by the federal government, essentially. I compare all plans and I enroll them. My challenge, so here's the pain point, here's my challenge. Because I'm new to the area, and I had a lot of expenses in my move, my finances are kind of limited in this moment. I've kind of exhausted all my resources and my finances are limited in this moment. I've been in Lake County less than 6 months, so I'm new to the area. So in the area that I came from, I went to high school there, I went to college there, I sat on boards with the commission. I was very, very rooted in my church community and just overall. Here, I know you guys. The other challenge that I have is Medicare is a seasonal business for the most part. You have a season, much like tax season, and the Medicare open enrollment season begins October 1st and it runs December 7th. So I have a short window to meet people, communicate with them, let them understand who I am and what I can do for them, and get them enrolled. And then that window ends December 7th, and for the most part, most individuals aren't able to move from plan to plan until next October 15th, or October 1st rather. October 1st we can start talking, October 15th we're able to enroll. The other challenge I have, most of what I do is built on strategic alliances. So I like to meet doctors' offices. I call them center of influences. So doctors' offices, whether it be the actual practitioner or their office manager, MSO, which is a managed service organization. MSOs teach doctors how to become more profitable. I meet with community leaders such as pastors or senior center coordinators, or just anyone who has access to people who need help. And so because I'm new, I don't have a whole lot of strategic alliances, but I'm building them now. I'm hoping today that you'll give me some more advice on how to grow. My strengths, I'm very good at grassroots marketing. So I know how to get in there and make something out of nothing. My ability to build strong strategic alliances has proven to work for me. And since being here, I moved up here in February, I have established a food pantry in Lake County. So I partnered up with Second Harvest. I have a nonprofit, and I have a food pantry that serves veterans and seniors right here in Leesburg, Florida. And so that's a way to kind of get my name and my face out there by serving the community. I'm very knowledgeable and well-versed in Medicare, and I think I'm a good educator. So again, I like to take the information that I have, break it down into bite-sized pieces, make sure the person comprehends and understands what they're doing, and then hopefully they'll feel empowered enough to allow me to direct them to the right plan or enroll them in the right plan. I have strong relationships with major carriers, so all the big names I'm able to write with. And again, because I'm empowering by education rather than selling a product, it makes my ease into the client a little easier. So I'm not one of those agents who are like, here's a pen, sign here. It's more of, this is what I do, this is how you can empower yourself, you tell me where you want to go, here's the roadmap, do you want to ride with me? Value. So anyone can enroll in a Medicare plan. If you have a computer or a phone, you can call the insurance company or you can enroll online. I tend to make myself valuable by getting out in the community. This is an actual picture of me doing an event. That's when my hair was shorter, but that's me doing an event in the community. We do lunch and learns like this, or something similar like this is set up. We'll invite seniors out, give them a meal, and just answer questions. And so I truly am here to serve the community, and I do so by partnering with individuals or getting my name out there. I'm doing a radio show on the 22nd of September, and I'm going to do another radio show with someone who presented last week. There are a dozen of changes every year. You may have heard with our new administration, our political administration, there are going to be a lot of changes coming down with Medicare and Medicaid. The community needs to know. They need to know how to navigate this. They need to know what the options are. And a lot of seniors are getting confusing ads and mailers. And if they don't have the right person guiding them, costly mistakes will affect them. So my intention is to get myself out there as much as possible so that people know that I exist. If they don't know that I exist, I can't help them. If you can do me a favor, take your phones out, please. My name is Nicole Clear. This QR code will take you to my information, my business card. my phone number, my email, and my website. That's how you can contact me. So my question today is, how can I position myself so that you feel confident sending me warm Medicare leads, or so that anyone feels confident sending me warm Medicare leads? That's it.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you so much. We need questions and comments from you all. So if you have one, just raise your hand. Lika or myself will come out to you all. I'd like to first start off. Do you do Medicaid?
I can do Medicaid. So Medicaid is a state-run program, and I am a liaison for Medicaid. I do that through my nonprofit. I tend to only help individuals who are over 65 because I'm not paid when I do Medicaid help.
What about if they are not eligible for Social Security, so they've not done the 40 quarters, so they're not available for Medicaid?
You know something.
And they're over 65. You'll take care of them?
Yes.
Good.
Now, I want to be clear. I will do it, but I'm not getting paid at all for that. So that's my pro bono effort, but I will do it. So I try to be strategic in how I do it and when I do it and who I'm doing it for. Aligning myself with the organization that we can kind of have a synergy of energy and reciprocation, and I'll help them, yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, so our Claremont native's here. She's new to the area. Here's her ask. Let's give Nicole some feedback on her question up here.
Looking for referrals, right? So you're looking for a
So I'll tell you what I've done. So here's what I'll do, if it's okay. I'll tell you what I've done, and you can tell me if you think that it's been a good move or if I should pivot. So number one, I have the food pantry. That was one of the first things that I've done. Thank you. And one of the I'll get to you in 1 second, sir. One of the challenges that I'm having is I have food, I don't have anyone to give it to all the time. So that's one of the challenges that I have. And there's so many food pantries up here, but that's where I've started. I've gotten some advice from a very good, knowledgeable friend to start a Facebook group. And on the Facebook group, I'm going to talk to seniors in Lake County and just give them solutions to the problems that I'm hearing they have. So I'll have myself as on Facebook, my group is called Lake County Senior Alliance. But I don't have any members yet, but it's there, it exists. And so I'm going to begin processing names that when I'm meeting people and entering them in, getting them to scan my QR code and join my Facebook page, and then I'll start disseminating information. I'm sorry.
We got Jared.
Hi, good morning everyone. Jared Taylor, Sugarloaf Partners, Fundraising Consulting. The advice that I'd like to offer you, Nicole, is this is very similar to fundraising as is many things in business. And so it's all about relationships. You ask, how do I increase the number of people? Be patient. Fundraising major gifts, which is $25,000 over a 5-year period. The people that I was reaching out to, are your demographic, typically over 65. It takes an average of 18 months from when you meet that person until you seal the deal. You're a third of the way in. Be patient.
Thank you.
Oh.
You're next. Right here.
I'm just about to volunteer Amy. I met with Amy. She runs a magazine and she has invited me to her beautiful community, who's a pastor that has a lot of passion. And I was just about to volunteer you, connect with her, and she raised her hand.
Do you find that there's a lot of seniors that like the QR codes and stuff? Because I find that a lot of the seniors don't like the QR codes, but the food pantry, there's tons of people. I have a lot of people in Osceola County that can give you some advice. In particular, Roberto Fonseca, who's a pastor, and he can give you advice because he did what you did, started a food pantry and all that. That's how we started with these grassroots efforts and everything. But I have some other ideas that I'm going to follow up with you after. But you are on the right track, but it's patience.
Thank you. Perfect.
But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're not doing anything wrong.
Thank
Connections happening already. Let's go over here to Nate.
David, we see a lot of people come in and they owe a lot of money at the end of the year, and I think that's a really good competitive resource for maybe you to attack, where they're underestimating their income for the entire year and they have to repay $4,000 or $5,000. There's a certain insurance agency that runs around here that's very well known, that we see that in about 85-90% of their customers. And if you can attack that messaging, I think you can find a lot of people need that help. They don't understand it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I find, especially in this area. Most agents just sell. I educate because when I walk away, I want you to understand why you have what you have. So, Thank you for that.
Thank you, Nate. Let's go up here and, yep, you're up.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Amy Hill from the Exit School, helping individuals to find seven-figure companies. So, Nicole, one of the things I've heard so far is the importance of connection, relationships. And one of the key things that we have to focus on in this business is to be very strategic and create a clear target so that we can support you in identifying how we can help you. So can you repeat again, what are the key strategic partners that are good for you so we get a clear target? So when we hold in networking, connect with the businesses, we can find those opportunities for you.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. So I love to meet practitioner owners and or office managers, doctors' offices. I love to work with individuals like Leah and Brad who work with seniors already, because we're in the same industry, but we have different product to offer. And so there's a crossing of synergy there. Someone like yourself, I got your name, I know you're an accountant. Someone like yourself who's doing an awesome job getting out and communicating to the community right now, partnering with you and talking about taxes and insurance is a very good match. I've done that in the past in South Florida. Center of influences is what I call them, COIs. So anyone who has access to a senior community center, a pastor is a wonderful resource for me because pastors have a congregation of people who need help. Yeah, that's it. So senior centers, doctors, accountants, anyone really who has access to a large amount of seniors and wants to help the community. Anyone. It could be you, or you.
Jackie?
Hi, Nicole. Jackie Business by Social Marketing. So if you're new to the area needing to meet people, there are a lot of women's clubs in Claremont, some online, some in person, and the members tend to be higher age, not necessarily all at Medicare age yet, but approaching there. I'd be happy to share some of those with you and make some good friends.
I'd love that. Thank you.
And that will help spread you as well.
I'd love that. So one of the challenges I know that this area is going to be great. I know that. That's why I moved here. My challenge is the time frame and the short amount of time to quickly get integrated. And that's why I'm at meetings like this, because I'm looking to quickly get integrated. Make sure you understand who I am, what I can offer, so that you feel comfortable saying, hey, I know someone. Let me introduce you to her. Yes, Nicole. Oh, sorry.
So, yeah, stand up when you have the mic for us, and if you have a question, put your hand up. Our organizers are going to come around and give you a mic. We want to hear from you, so let us know that you have feedback, please.
So my name is Cindy Rodriguez. I work with Families Credit Union. I actually worked in the Leesburg area for approximately 4 years. And one of the pieces of advice that I would have for you is a lot of people in that area are not tech savvy. So Facebook page is not going to work.
Okay.
You're going to need to go into the community. So,
Yeah.
for instance, the plantation at Leesburg is a huge community out
Yeah.
there, retirement community. Getting with the event coordinator, because
Yes.
they have like monthly events. They also have people that come in and present on fraud, like what type of fraud's happening.
I'm doing that
In your
too.
case, like, what can you offer to the community, and just getting with that event coordinator to attend the different events that they have.
Thank you for that. One of my challenges is competition is steep, and I'm competing against the major carriers who have agents working for them. So a broker is someone who's independent and works for themselves and represents all the companies. An agent is someone who works directly for the Humana, the Simply, the Florida Blue, the Aetna, the whoever, Care Plus, whoever it is. They have the dollars behind them to do marketing. We're all going after the same clientele and the same, doing the bingos, doing the birthday parties at the community centers. I tend, and I appreciate what you're saying and I agree with you, it does work. But because my time is a little shortened, I'm going a different route and meeting the people who have access to the seniors. And I really do sell based upon education and knowledge. I'm not doing chotskis and games and tricks to kind of get your attention. It's, hey, this is what's coming. This is what's going to happen. Here is the information. Will you allow me to help you? And so next year, I will do a lot of the games and that sort of thing. But now, because the time is short for me, I have to be more strategic in how I'm navigating the space, if that makes sense.
Brad?
Brad, Financial Advisor Debbie Jones. I'd like to say they can spot on. Probably 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3 accountants are going to care about this. They're the ones that are proactive and they care about their clients. They want to help in any way that they can. And now's the time too, because it's January 1st.
Yes.
You can't talk to an accountant anymore.
Yes.
So I have some of those groups that maybe could open up things to you.
Thank you.
Also financial advisors. They have people in the spot too that don't know about it. It's not just Edward Jones. There's a bunch of great people at Raymond James and Merrill Lynch and wherever else. So those are, we already have people, they know folks that need your help.
Awesome.
And a lot of them recognize the value of it already. So.
Awesome. I want to circle back. Miss Rodriguez, I don't remember your first name, but I know your last name is Rodriguez. So with the QR code, my market is not necessarily just the seniors, although I mentioned that today, but my market is also all of us. We all have parents and grandparents, and oftentimes we are helping them to navigate. So I'm kind of doing twofold. When I do things with QR codes, it's typically to people like us who are younger and understand how to navigate that and get a little frustrated when things go too slowly. And so my target market is twofold. It's us who have parents, and I help them to understand how to help their parents, and then the actual older person who doesn't have the help or feels they're independent and want to help themselves.
So we've got time for probably about 2 more questions. Back here in the...
3, 1.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Johanna, primary financial services, and she took the words right out of my mouth. My parents, who are, low 80s, every single year they struggle with things like this, Medicare plan, and so I was just going to say, we all know. I'm sorry. Most of us have parents, grandparents that are still needing the services, so you can target anybody.
Yes.
It's just a matter of guiding your conversation with the right words, I guess. But
Yes.
that's what I was going to say.
Thank you for your comment.
Colin, and we'll wrap up here.
City Finance Public. Sorry about that. Colin Nash, Accelerated Sales Solutions. So a couple things very similar to what they said. Running this is like small business, nonprofit. And what you're doing right now is you're trying to build awareness as part of the buyer journey, because some of the people you're talking to don't even realize they have a problem.
Yes.
Right? So I would leave you with 3 things that I talk about. One is, what problem do you solve? And that's it. We need to be really crisp on explaining that to people as they're figuring it out, because some of the people may not even think they have a problem.
Yes.
Right? And you have to explain that to them, right? Second thing, what is your unique value proposition? There are a lot of people that talk about that run around and do this, right? So what makes you different from them? I love the line you said, educate, not sell. That makes kind of something right there. And then I would caution you about your ideal customer profile. Like, what is that? It's probably everyone. You would probably say everyone over 65. I would challenge you a little bit that you may want to narrow that a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people over 65 in the area. They talk about it's on the Leesburg area and not being tech savvy, but understanding what that profile is super important. And what that'll do is those will help you figure out where to build your awareness so that you can start to build those areas.
I will share something with you. I am targeting right now veterans. I'm helping everyone who's over 65. And I didn't mention that here, but I put the image up there so it may have it subconsciously registered. I am targeting veterans because in Leesburg there's a lot of veterans. And you can use, most veterans don't know, you can use the VA benefit and the Medicare benefit simultaneously and really come out on top.
Excellent.
I challenge you to go before 65. Start talking about awareness before they get the number. That's where you get faster before it.
Thank you.
Last question right here.
Hey, my name is Zach with Global Tech Network, and I just want to say, so my parents just got Medicare recently, and if I met someone like you, I don't think they really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you target someone like my age, like late 20s, early 30s, sorry. Whoever has a circle of influence with people that age, they trust. So you came to me, and I'm like, hey mom, dad, I want to introduce you to someone. She's really good, and you should listen to her. And they probably listen to me, so.
Yes.
And my demographic, I guess too. So.
Thank you for that.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all.
Yes, thank you.
Speaking of contact information, I'm going to put Nicole's contact information back up here so you guys can scan that QR code if you didn't already and connect with her about ideas, again, that come to you as you're continuing to think about Medicare.
Nicole Cleary, everyone. What question do we leave her with, or do we leave it with both of them? Oh, here it is.
Here it is. I think this
What can we, as a community, do to help you? And it's rhetorical or it's not.
Yeah, I'll I don't have the mic, I don't have the mic. What you can do to help me is if you see a need that you think I can fill, call me, tell me, introduce me, and I'm there. That's it. Thank you.
Here you go, Nicole. Thank you for presenting with us today, and you can write down all of your continued business ideas and suggestions.
And our next speaker,
drum roll, I have here Miss Shauna Vaughn from Precision Integrative Medicine.
Hi, everyone. Is this thing on? Am I good? I can't hear myself. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Shauna Vaughn. I'm with Precision Integrative Medicine. We're located downtown Claremont. My husband and I own and operate the practice, and I'm coming to you today for your suggestions. First, a little bit about the two of us. I grew up in hospitality management. That was my first career. I eventually decided that I loved training and development, so I got into corporate consulting in corporate America doing learning and development. I have a physiological psychology bachelor's and a master's in instructional systems. I've worked for massive companies, some of the biggest in the world, the Fortune 100 and 500. I've worked for 2 of the 4 big consultancy firms. I've been a public speaker since the age of 9. My mom kicked me out on a stage and said, do that. So that's what I do. I also am a podcast host. Check me out on The Horrible Boss Effect. We talk about how horrible bosses make us better leaders. And I am the boss lady, they call me, at Precision Integrative Medicine. Otherwise, I have this corporate gig where I do consulting and leadership coaching. This is my husband. This is Dr. Dustin Vaughn. He has a bunch of letters after his name, but basically he's a doctor. He has a doctorate in acupuncture and Chinese medicine. So he retired from firefighting after 11 years and decided to go back to med school for integrative medicine. He is an acupuncture physician specializing in integrative sports medicine. There's nothing he hasn't done in life. He had 74 lines of work by the time he was 40. It's true. And there's no injury he hasn't experienced. So he's done everything. He relates to his patients really well. He's been in healthcare for 20 years. He's been in emergency departments, trauma centers like Arnold Palmer and ORMC, and of course in the backs of ambulances and in emergency rooms. This is our why. Over here on the left, this is a photo of us with his maternal grandparents. On the right here is Wayne. He calls him Papa. This is our why. It inspires Dustin because one day he pulled on his cowboy boot, injured his back, and that resulted in his lifespan being shortened as a result because his care was not sufficient. They never addressed the root cause of his injury. On the right there is my Nana. That is my maternal grandmother. She inspires me every day because she's one of those people who was told, there's nothing else we can do for you. That is what drives me. That is my pet peeve in the medical industry. In the center there is Wilbur. That is my husband's paternal grandfather, and he inspires us even still today because he beat cancer using diet and supplementation. So we have deep roots in integrative medicine. Who we are founded in 2021. We have doctorate level providers. We have 2 doctorate level providers. That'd be Dr. Enns on the left and my husband, Dr. Vaughn, on the right. Dr. Perry in the center is also an acupuncturist. All these folks are national board certified in what they do. They are specialists in sports medicine, movement, injury, pain, arthritis, you name it. If it hurts when you move it, we can help you with that, with non-pharmaceutical alternatives. We are partnership oriented. We are in this to help you, to walk you through it and be with you through it all the way through it. We are collaborative, always patient first. We do not have competitors, we have collaborators, meaning that if another provider wants to work with us, at the end of the day, we believe that it is all about the patient is the center of our universe. So we will collaborate with anyone and everyone who wants to help patients together. We treat the whole person, we get to the root cause, we care for lasting results, and we are honest and realistic. We are not fast food medicine, we take our time. This is not the place where you're going to spend an hour and a half waiting to see a provider in 2 minutes, not getting your questions answered. Appointments start at 90 minutes, and usually follow-ups are an hour. We are realistic with you. If we can't help you, we will find someone who can, because we will not tell you there's nothing that can't be done for you, because my Nana was told that. What is sports medicine? It's for everyone, from athletes naturally to active seniors who we love, and everyone in between. So the community loves us. We have been voted the best of in several categories in several different contests, and so we love that and we're grateful for it. Our goal for our patients is essentially improve quality of life. We want them to thrive and then ultimately become raving fans. We have a bad business model. Yes, we want to fix people, send them on their way, and have everyone tell everyone about us. And yeah, and they come back when they re-injure themselves. Our current challenge, let's get to the nuts and bolts of it. My husband, Dr. Vaughn, has been diagnosed with a recurrence of cancer. As a firefighter, it is a risk of the job. And so here we are 5 months into this journey. Naturally, he will have to take some medical leave. We don't know when or for how long yet, but we are anticipating this is going to be presenting a problem for us. Our rent is rising, overhead continues to increase. I'll be honest with you and tell you that we are aware that our rent is going up just about 50% in February, so it's massive, yes. And we've only done one price increase in 5 years because we are higher priced in the area. Perceived barriers, when people call us, they believe that all acupuncture is the same, meaning our acupuncture practice is the same as the one down the road, and in fact, it is not. We're all different. We don't accept insurance. That's a non-negotiable, and so there's a misperception there that because we don't accept insurance, we're not affordable. But we like to stay away from insurance because it keeps us away from having to be fast food medicine. My ask today is that I need help with a sustainability plan. What strategies would you recommend to help us grow and sustain the business? And with that, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you so much, Shona Vaughn, everyone.
So you're looking for sustainable plans. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, how do we survive the absence of my husband, the face of the business?
I have two comments. One might be helpful now, and one might be helpful for everyone else in the crowd. If you can afford to, I want to submit your consideration to consider buying a building. And that would be the only building you can control the rent cost and you can have tenants in the building if you have to move out. And if you need to go back in a year or two, whenever you're going to recover, you go back in. And or you already have two other physicians working with you, perhaps three of them physician, maybe to have a third physician to replace your husband and see these patients. That will come with some expense, so it's the same likelihood, but at least the practice will stay open. So those are two things that I thought would help you stay open.
Absolutely. We don't have capital to purchase a building. I would love to do that. But we're also not profitable. I didn't mention that. We are break even after 5 years, so we're doing great sustaining ourselves, but we are not profitable.
There's a loan program called DSCR. It's not credit rated. All you have to do is have an EIN business, and you can use that product to buy and or renovate your property. DSCR.
Okay. Thank you. I'm familiar.
The last thing I want to say that might help others is insurance that people should buy before they buy depends on the situation. Business ownership policies that if you become sick, you're able to kind of leverage and keep your business.
We looked into that. He doesn't qualify because of previous cancer. I hear you.
Can you go back here?
All right, good morning. I'm Jim Gray from the Eustis chapter of 1Million Cups. I have two thoughts. One for everybody. If you present here, present there. You're going to get two different opinions from the North and the South Lake County. Now, my thought for you is, with the rising rent costs, would it make sense to eliminate the brick and mortar and go with a mobile service? Because you could really trick out a mobile truck and probably at the cost of half or a third of where your rent costs are going to go, and then just schedule accordingly based on location. You're going to be in this area one day, this area in the next day. Maybe just a thought to offset that rising rent cost.
Thank you.
Let's go here to Nate.
You're up.
Go ahead, Lee, and then we'll go to Nate.
I just want to concur what he said, because capital, I mean, it is great to be able to own the building, but if you can just actually do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or do a mobile, that would cut down a great cost for you. And again, connect with community and introduce people to get to your mobile. That's one way to cut costs.
Okay, go back here to Nathan.
It's hard to know without seeing the financials, obviously, but if you are in a position where you're break even, there's typically two things. One, your revenue stream is not profitable in itself based on your variable versus your fixed costs, or if you have the capacity, you already have those fixed costs that are ahead, which a building would bring fixed costs. Looking at the capacity, then your marketing would be the issue. Obviously, I don't know which one that is, but that's typically the place that you need to look at. is whether you are profitable as a revenue stream, or if you have the capacity and the revenue stream is profitable, that your marketing is not currently being utilized properly.
What I can say is I have, and I don't know if this is helpful, but when I share with the South Lake area what our price point is, for example, I get a little bit of friction that it's maybe too high. When I go to the east, naturally into Oakland, Winter Garden, and further, it's like, oh, that's super reasonable. So there is that bit of things where I feel like if we raise our prices, we're going to push an entire demographic out that we absolutely love. We chose Claremont for good reason, but yeah, I don't think marketing is the problem, but I will talk to Jackie. But yeah.
Hey Shane, great presentation. You're not the only one with this problem. I have been hearing it from a lot of local business owners. Some of the strategies that we're implementing as well is, and I don't know if it's something that you can do with this lease situation, we're partnering and collaborating with business owners that are aligned with our mission and vision, and allowing them to use our space for their product, service, to deliver it using that space, and almost like a revenue share, which will help us offset some of the costs that we have to control. And I have suggested that to others. It might be something, again, I don't know how you are with these, but you have an amazing commodity that is highly valuable. You have the space, right? If it's possible, perhaps it could be a revenue stream that you might help you in this situation.
Okay, thank you.
Great presentation, and
Thank you.
what you do is fantastic. The thing that is important is understand the market, right? You are in the out-of-pocket market, which is a very challenging one. So you really need to understand if there is enough clients for that business model to work. I mean, you can be a great business owner, but if the business model is not good enough, you won't make money, right? So first you need to understand if this is a viable business for you to invest your time and money. If there are enough customers for you, even going to the mobile services, is it enough for you to do that investment? If there is enough market, then what is the best model to attack it? So how do you base your expenses? I mean, like Megan said, what is the best approach to make money, to make a profitable business? So I think we have a lot of resources for you to understand, how can we size that market? That would be my first question,
Okay.
And I know many other practices that go through that market and they do kind of subscription model. Do you have a subscription model?
Yes, when we raised our prices the only time in 5 years, we did offset it with memberships and packages. We didn't see much of we do have that as a recurring income stream, so it has worked to an extent, but not like we expected.
Yeah, so that would be my first suggestion is understand the size of that market, who else is there, and if you reach X amount of market share, is it profitable enough to be still in that market?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually came into the business, we came to Claremont knowing that it's a mecca for athleticism and athletes, expecting that athletes would be our primary, most common patients, and in fact, they are not. It's active seniors and beyond. Octogenarians love us because we can help their knees, but yeah. Nice perk, yes.
Hi, good morning, Sean. Jared Taylor, Sugarloaf Partners. I first and foremost wanted to say I'm so sorry to hear about your husband's recurrent cancer, and that I'll pray for you and your family for healing. In this country, medical bankruptcies are the #1 cause of bankruptcies here in the U.S. You have a lot of change going on in your life. I think something that you should do is remember the concept of the sunk cost fallacy. If you take off the names, the dates, everything, and you just put John Smith, Jane Smith, what would you do for them?
That's fair.
And I know it's a tough and sort of emotional thing to do, but you and your husband and your family, you have to focus on his care. The business will exist, there will be a market, whether you do it now, but take your names off of it and think about what's the best for you and your family.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just curious about what kind of payment methods are you offering for people? Because I know that, for instance, if I go to the dentist and things like that, a lot of them If somebody doesn't have insurance, a lot of times they need to pay through some other means that they can spread out the payments. Are you guys having any challenges with people, I guess, succeeding in those? Are they taking those payment plans, like paying for Klarna, are there medical plans?
So I have struggled with the concept of putting people on payment plans and having them finance their health care because I don't want to add to the burden of debt for people. So, which is why I have really pushed back not wanting to raise prices, because I do want to keep it accessible to people so that they don't have to finance it. We might be getting to a point where I'm going to have to just get over that. But that has been our whole conversation about financing it and putting in payment plans and price. As far as the memberships, is that what you were asking? Yeah.
The reason that I asked specifically about paying fours, I don't know what your price point is, but paying fours are far, far more successful than someone who's doing something like a 12-month plan or a 24-month financing plan. If you look at the data with paying fours, it's, I'd say, a very, very high number that people pay that bill, and it doesn't put them into they're not trying to long-term finance. It's something like, hey, maybe I need to pay for this and I'll pay for it over my next couple paychecks, but it's still accessible. But you're not putting them into a financial burden, because I totally understand.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Financial burden, but those payment plans, if you look at the data, they do really, really well, and for the most part, people don't get stuck in those.
Yeah. Price point to get established at our practice is anywhere between $135 to $175 between what provider you see. Acupuncture follow-ups are $90, osteopathy follow-ups are $165, injections run $25 to $60.
Hey John,
Hi.
I'm Dr. Tyler with Restart Physical Therapy. In terms of sustainability, in terms of finding someone else to replace Dr. Bond, you can either hire someone that's really an expert in their field who already has the credentials for it, or I would recommend a student. You can do two things. Train them, especially when they're out of school. You can train them the right way, because Dustin knows a lot, so you can teach them the way he would treat them, break it down, completely mold them, because they're clay, right? Also, when you have a student there, lower your prices for that student also, and then so that they can attract their own patients, and then that kind of helps them gain that experience without having that premium price where it's like, oh, I'm seeing a student, is that going to be good or not? So bring that price down to get that more attractive. So that's
Thank
something
you.
to think about in the future.
Appreciate that. We did try in the past getting a student. We'll talk. Yes.
Two things, Shauna. How quickly can you get out of your lease?
It's up in February, and it's easy.
How sustainable or apt is it for you to go to a mobile concept?
Requires capital investment that we don't have.
One quick question: have you looked into ways to minimize some of the expenses that some of the costs without compromising quality?
Absolutely. I did hire a business strategist for that purpose, and he tells me that we are a lean machine. So as far as expenses, we do really well. Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank you for being vulnerable and sharing. Like I've been to you before, just hearing this question and listening to you about a sustainability plan, if we hadn't thought about it as entrepreneurs, it really should give you pause in terms of, have you thought about how does your business exist if you are removed from it? And so it really made me think and pause about what does that actually look like. And so one of the things that I would say is you have another board certified doctor level position there, and how could you market and tell the story of that leader so maybe we can attach that love for Dr. Bond over to this is the person who's going to be supporting the business, and really, just like you showed vulnerability today, telling that story within the community so that the community can uplift this business in his time of need.
Thank you. I've tried to shelter the community. Maybe that's a bad approach, but I don't want people worrying. So yeah.
Do you know how many customers it requires you on a monthly basis to meet the break-even one, but also to make the profit margin that you actually need in your current revenue stream?
I don't have those numbers off of the top of my head, but we can talk if you'd like.
Any
more questions? Any more hands?
Any more feedback? Anybody in the community that's found themselves in this similar situation, perhaps, that is working their way out of it? I think our asks today are somewhat similar, and honestly, from a business perspective, it's not an uncommon thing for not just Lake County, but outside of Lake County. If you're new to the area or you're trying to do something different to reach that community, what makes your community tick? And that's where all this feedback from each of you, not only business owners, but community members as well. How do we do business in Lake County? You say Winter Garden, Winter Park, they go, oh, that's inexpensive compared to, well, that's how we do things out here in the Wild West, right? It's not an uncommon thing. So as you guys are carrying on through your professional days or driving on Highway 50 and you find yourself with some extra windshield time, maybe think about a time when you found yourself in your new start in this, and what was something that you tried. Talk about radically inclusive, maybe we give it a whirl. I think that's one of my favorite things about Lake County is that we do things a little differently than Orange County does, but what is that? So if there's something that you guys as business owners, again, or community members can come up with even after this, that you think about, that's how we do things in Lake County, or I saw this and it was unconventional. But I think tying in, yes, there's a need for business, but I loved what Doris said about uplifting this small business as a part of the community, whether it be in their time of need or their time of desire to flourish. And that's what 1 Million Cups is all about. So yes, the vulnerability that both of you showed today, thank you so much for that. And I hope that you as a community feel the responsibility to do exactly that, uplift these businesses and support them however that might look, whether it's an idea, if it's patronizing them as a patient and getting some relief for something that's been bothering you, sharing with a family member. I think that's what 1 Million Cups is all about, and that's that community aspect that we're looking for. So your suggestions and feedback don't have to stop today. If you have more, here's that QR code and reach out to her. We do have time for a few more questions and some feedback, so if you guys think of a few more things, please feel free.
And then, not sure, I know churches do this, so they have a building that they rent. There's certain churches that would do their services on a specific day, and then the second church does it at a different time in the same building, and they split that rent. Is that something in your industry that you can do, or you can find somebody with that same business that you can do that where you share a space with them?
Yeah, we've looked into time sharing space. It is an option, yes. And the gyms, yes. Thank you.
So, Shauna, what is your timeline?
What is the
February?
timeline? Well, it's hard to say because I don't know what Dustin's timeline is for his next steps. But our lease is up in February. That's when it will increase, as I mentioned. And then, we just kind of need to be planning, I would say, for the next month or so about what's going to happen with his care plan.
Have you looked into other buildings that might be less expensive, or partnering with other similar businesses that have really large spaces that are really too big for themselves?
We have renting space. The cost of commercial rent, I don't know if you all are familiar, is absolutely asinine right now. That near 50% increase that I mentioned is how the market in Claremont has changed in just the 3 years since we started our lease. It's insane. As far as renting space in other buildings, we have explored those options. We just haven't found the right fit because we still want to find someone who has some synergy with us and we share the same kind of clientele where we can cross-refer and it be really synergistic. That would be most ideal. So yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, Shauna. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Shauna Vaughn, everyone.
Thank you, Shauna. There's Shauna's contact information again. If there's anything that you think of, I'm sure she will take your call or your email. Shauna, thank you again for that. And I think you've kind of answered our question at the end there, as what can we as a community do to help you? And we will continue to think on that question for you. And if you all have questions for her, please feel free to reach out or find one of the organizers. We're happy to direct you.
All right, all right. You can follow us on social media, 1 Million Cups. We are now on Instagram, aren't we? Are we? No, we're not on Instagram, but we are on Facebook.
I'm not.
So please do follow us. We are looking for not only speakers every week, we're looking for speakers to come back. You want to explain that?
Refill presentations. Apparently I don't want to, but refill presentations. So 6 months after you do your presentation, we would love for you to come back and tell us how our valuable feedback, or not so valuable feedback, we'll take that too, helped you overcome your challenge, maybe illuminated something new for you out there. So when you do, you don't have to, but we would love to have the update, right? It's kind of like you drop the patient off at the hospital, you never get to know how it turned out. Well, we have that opportunity here to know how that turned out. And as you come up here and you do share this vulnerability like our presenters today, we do become invested in you, and we do care, and we do want to, I still love that, uplift you as a community. So we would love to invite all of our presenters, what have we had now, a whole 12 or 13 within that 6 months, and then each of you keep coming back, because you're going to be able to hear back from these presenters on how one could be a piece of your advice that changed their life or helped them overcome their challenge or whatever it was that was keeping them up at night.
And if you are new, we have coaches that help with that. Lee is one of our coaches. Lee, you want to do your best Harry impression?
Please do that.
Okay, so I see a lot of faces that have been presented. If you have already presented, can you raise your hand? Awesome, maybe 10%. And who is having in mind that they're going to present and they're a little butterfly in their stomach and not sure I'm going to be able to do that? I want everybody to raise their hands, right? Because we're not going to let you stand up here and not know what to say. We have a bunch of great coaches. Harry's not here today. Lanka, Doris, Bessie, and we're going to guide you in the process of how concise in that 6 minutes that you can present of what your challenge is. And you see our presenters, they're telling stories. They're telling you what's keep them up at night. And you are going to be their friend to help them solve the problems. And it is not going to be as difficult as it looks or as scary as it feels. So all you have to do is just sign up, and we assign one of the person to work with you. And it is a commitment. You need to look good, feel good to be up here. So you need to prepare. And we will be there with you every step of the way. And we want that calendar to fill up from now until December, whatever day that we're here. And are we here for Labor Day?
Yes.
So we are that dedicated. We are here even on the holidays. So we want you to help us to help you. What can we do for you as a community? As that is the biggest solution that we want to offer for everyone.
And to Lee's point, too, the coaches that she mentioned, not being one of them, are professional coaches. This is what they do for their careers, and they are volunteering this to our community to help you. So yes, we do ask for that vulnerability, but we're not just going to throw you up here without some coaching. And then that's where that refill comes back in 6 months later. And we want to, again, invest in you and find out what it is that we can do to help you.
What's next? We got 2 minutes.
We do.
We got 2 minutes.
This one, I would love to put Ray on the spot and bring him up.
You got 22 seconds to talk about
This is a very important piece of that entrepreneurial ecosystem, and if you are not aware of this or involved in this, I would highly encourage you to listen
Thank you
up.
all for being a part of this. Again, as part of economic development, the entrepreneur community is really one of the most important ones for any community, any county. And you know, in addition to 1 Million Cups, which you're at here, again, thank you for your engagement. This is a Fast Track is a 10-week course, basically meeting every Tuesday from 3 to 5 at the South Lake Chamber. And it goes through kind of a lot, and in partnership with the SBDC, thank you folks for being a part of that. And it gives you 10 weeks of, there's an online module that you'll be able to be a part of with kind of every aspect to start a business plan or update your business plan, et cetera, et cetera. And so we bring in subject matter experts to concentrate on certain topics, so marketing or finance, things like that. And it's just a great way to kind of build that plan for yourself or give a refresher course, whatever the case may be. So yeah, so that started last night. We had a great discussion that some of you were there yesterday, and we'll be continuing on for the next 9 weeks. So thank you for the support.
Free. That's free.
It's free.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's not too late.
Just to let you all know that we're besides the fast track training that we're involved with, we are having 2 seminars. One in September, which is September 25th. This is going to be held at our SPDC Eustis location. The megawatt is going to be installed downtown Eustis. That class is going to be budgeting your business for success. And then on October 16th, we're going to have a QuickBooks Basics class. And it's your, like I always say, it's your tax dollars at work. All you got to do is register. We have some flyers in the front. There's a QR code. You can just click it and you're registered. Or just leave me a call. I have business cards here. And we wish to see you all get involved and participate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Greg.
We're ready for a photo.
I think we are. We are ready for a group photo of our entrepreneurial ecosystem. Oh, yes. Please tidy up after yourselves. They do such a good job of feeding us. Pick up your mini muffin wrappers, please.
I ate mine.
Oh, well.
No.
Yeah. Or you can do that. Grab your chips and your salsa and eat your mini muffin paper. All right, if everybody get those 1 million cups fingers up, please. This is our tradition. Every week we do our one. We're not making you do anything crazy.
This finger, everyone. This finger. We are not
1 million
50
cups
right now. We're not on 27. Good night.
1, 2, 3.
Hold on, there's a table. We want to be perfect. Beautiful. Thank you.
Have a great Wednesday, everyone. See you next week.
Oh, I'll do a selfie.
There you go.
Do a selfie.
Here you go.
Promise you, we got 10 more seconds. Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez. Come on, let's go. Yay.
Oh, my foot.
All right, see you next Wednesday, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.